the segregation of students into the ghetto is probably a little bit more benign in that there aren't people going around saying we don't want blacks in our area or we won't live next to blacks. At the same time, the underlying process is probably similar because people don't want students as next door neighbors. And so that tends to make it harder for them to rent housing in other places and easier for them to rent in the ghetto. But it's not as deliberate a practice as what we saw historically with African American residential segregation. White males, I think, are the predominant group in what we call the student ghetto for any number of reasons. One is they have the money to live off campus and to rent these apartments. They have a culture, in part, probably the ones that are there, of partying when they were at home in Long Island or wherever they came from. And they are, happy to be away from their parents and away on their own in college, and so they're looking forward to having a good time. I think it's a different dynamic when you have people who are all the same age, none of whom have much experience drinking. Unlike when I was growing up, the drinking age was 18, so you're still in high school, you're around your parents, you're drinking with the faculty at college once you get to go, and you would be embarrassed to be as drunk or to throw up or to do something, around your parents or around one of your professors that you aren't with your friends. Some of the behavior that I saw on television during Kegs and Eggs was pretty much inexplicable. The young woman whose boyfriend was being arrested, who responded by jumping onto the cop's back. That wasn't a good thinking about what's going to happen in the future. So in the next 5 years, will there be a student ghetto? Will there be these parties? My answer is yes. I think there's probably always been student ghettos and students liking to party. That's not going to change. What may change is the location of the ghetto. If the housing stock gets to be too run down, that students don't want to live in it, and then if the landlords rehab it, the landlords may want more rent than students are willing to pay. So I could see the student ghettos shifting location slightly, but I imagine it will still be considered a student ghetto, despite the fact that, as we said earlier, that term is not really correct, and I think there will still be lots of student parties.